It's 11 p.m. You are exhausted. You finally sit down after a 14-hour day. Your phone buzzes. Phone screen showing, "Hey, can you help me with something quick?" Your stomach drops. You know you should say no. You are drained. You cannot respond. You have nothing left to give, but your fingers, literally, they betray you. And just like that, you paid another emotional tax, a tax that's been draining your energy, your joy, your life for years. And you did not even know you were paying it. In the next 13 minutes, I am going to show you exactly how much this yes addiction is costing you. And more importantly, how to stop the bleeding right now, today. But only if you are ready to hear some uncomfortable truths about yourself. Are you ready? Here is the hidden cost of not saying no. You looking drained. 2 years ago, I calculated something that made me physically sick. I tracked every yes I said in 1 month, every favor, every quick call, every "can you just" or any request. You know what I found? I was saying yes an average of 47 times per week to things I did not want to do. That's 188 times a month, over 2200 times a year. But here is what really shocked me. When I calculated the emotional cost, the resentment, the tiredness, the lost time with my family, the abandoned personal goals, I realized I was not living my life. I was living everyone else's life. And the Bhagavad Gita warned us about this 5000 years ago. Krishna tells Arjuna, "It is better to live your own destiny imperfectly than to live an imitation of somebody else's life with perfection." Every time you say yes when you mean no, you are living an imitation, a copy, and you are paying an emotional tax. An emotional tax, let me show you exactly what I mean. Let's get brutally honest. You have a yes addiction. And like any addiction, you are in denial about how bad it is. Your boss asks you to take on another project. You are already drowning, but you say, "Yes, sure, I can handle it." Your friend asks you to help them move. It's your only day off in 2 weeks, but you say, "Yeah, no problem." Your family wants you at another event. You are mentally and emotionally depleted, but you say, "Of course, I'll be there." And here is the thing, you think you are being kind, you think you are being a good person, you think you are being helpful, but you are not. You are being a liar. Who is lying? You are lying to them by pretending you have the capacity when you don't. You are lying to yourself by pretending it does not cost you anything. And worst of all, you are lying to your soul by pretending this is who you really are. Buddha said, "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserves your love and affection." Let me repeat, you yourself, as much as anybody else in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. But every inauthentic yes is an act of self betrayal, and your body is keeping score of it. Now, here is where it gets fascinating. Both the Bhagavad Gita and Buddhist teaching address this exact problem thousands of years before we had terms like people pleasing or boundary issues. The Gita introduces the concept of swadharma, your own duty, your own path. Krishna does not tell Arjuna to please everyone. He tells him to honor his true nature, even when it's uncomfortable. And here is the key, Krishna says that following someone else's dharma, even if you do it perfectly, is dangerous. It creates inner conflict, it fragments your soul. Buddha takes it even further. He teaches about right speech, which is not just about not lying, it is about speaking truth with compassion. And sometimes the most compassionate thing you can say is no. Buddha also warned about tanha, which is nothing but craving, and one of the most toxic cravings. The craving for approval, the craving to be liked, the craving to be as good. Every time you say yes to avoid disappointing someone, you are feeding that craving. And like any craving, it grows, it demands more until you have nothing left. Alright, let's break down the actual cost. The emotional tax you pay comes in four forms, and this maps directly to the 4Q framework. Watch how every inauthentic yes bleeds you dry across all four quotients. Tax number one, the health quotient tax. Every yes you don't mean creates physiological stress. Your body literally does not know the difference between a fake yes and a real threat. Your cortisol spikes, your nervous system goes into fight or flight mode. And when you do this 47 times a week, like I was, you are living in chronic stress. The result: insomnia, digestive issues, tension headaches, weakened immune system. I was getting sick every month because my body was screaming, stop. Tax number two, the intelligence quotient tax. Every commitment you make that you don't want to keep, that's cognitive load. Your brain has to track it, manage it, worry about it. Psychologists call this decision fatigue, but it's worse than that. It's integrity fatigue. The gap between what you say and what you mean creates mental fog. You can't think clearly. You can't make good decisions. You can't focus on what actually matters because your mental memory is full of obligations you never wanted. Tax number three, the emotional quotient tax. This is where it gets really expensive. Every inauthentic yes creates resentment, and resentment is emotional poison. You resent the person who asked, you resent yourself for saying yes, you resent the task itself, and that resentment it leaks into everything. You snap at your kids, you shout at them, you are passive aggressive with your partner, you are bitter at work, and the worst part, the people you are trying to please can feel your resentment. So you are not getting the approval you were craving for. Buddha was right. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Tax number four, the spiritual quotient tax. This is the deepest cut. Every time you abandon yourself to please someone else, you lose connection with your soul. Your inner voice gets quieter, your intuitions dulls, your sense of purpose fades because how can you hear your calling when you are too busy answering everyone else's calling? The Gita calls this Prakriti, your true nature. And when you violate your Prakriti repeatedly, you create what ancient texts call soul sickness. Modern psychology calls it existential depression. You wake up one day and realize, I don't even know who I am anymore. Because you have spent so long being who everyone else needed you to be. Okay, now you will ask how to implement and correct this. Here is the exact script, the 3-step no method that makes saying no feel natural, not confrontational. Step 1, acknowledge. Start by acknowledging their request with genuine appreciation. Thank you for thinking of me. I appreciate you asking. This disarms their defensiveness and shows respect. Step number 2, decline clearly. Use a complete sentence. No maybes, no softening. I am not able to take this on. I do not have the capacity right now. This does not work for me. Notice, no excuses, no over explaining, no justification. The more you explain, the more you invite negotiations. Step number 3, redirect, which is an optional choice, but I would recommend. If you genuinely want to help, offer an alternative that honors your boundaries. I cannot do this, but I can do something else. I cannot commit to this, but here is a resource that might help you. Give them the direction. Here is someone else who might be able to help you who has some free time. But here is the key, you do not owe anyone any alternative. Saying no is a complete sentence. Let me show you how this sounds in real life. Your boss asks you, can you take on this extra project? You should say, thank you for considering me for this. I am not able to take this on right now without compromising the quality of my current commitments or project. If priorities need to shift, let us discuss what can be deprioritized. Another scenario where your friend asks you, can you help me move this weekend? I am going to a new house. You should respond, I appreciate you thinking of me. I do not have the capacity this weekend. I need that time to recharge. I hope your move goes smoothly. Let's take an example of your family. They may ask you, you have to come to this event. You can simply say, I understand this is important to you. I am not able to attend. I am prioritizing my well being right now. I will connect with you another time. See, clear, respectful, firm, no guilt, no apology, just truth. Now I know what you are thinking. This sounds great, but does it actually work? Let me show you. Here is my own transformation. 6 months after implementing the 4Q boundary framework, my health quotient improved dramatically. I went from sick every month to not getting sick once in 6 months. My energy levels tripled. I started sleeping through the night. My IQ clearly returned. I could focus. I made better decisions. I launched this channel because I finally had mental space for my goals. My ego healed. The resentment disappeared. My relationships actually got stronger because people respected my honesty. The ones who could not handle my boundaries, they naturally filtered out. They moved out from my circle. My SQ reconnected. I found my purpose again. I wake up excited because I am living my dharma, not everyone else's dharma. So here is your challenge. Starting today, right now, for the next 7 days, I want you to track every request that comes your way. Every can you, every would you mind, every quick favor. Before you answer, use the pause method. Physical check. What does my body say? Assess the cost. What am I giving up? Understand your why. Is this fear or alignment? Speak your truth. Say no with compassion. Evaluate, how do I feel after saying no? You don't have to say no to everything. You don't have to say no to everything. That's not the point. The point is to make conscious choices instead of automatic ones. Say yes when it's a hell yes, when your body expands, when it aligns with your values, when you have genuine capacity and willingness to help. Say no to everything else, not because you are selfish, but because you are honest. And here is what I promise you, within 7 days, you will feel different, lighter, more energized, more of your authentic self. Within 30 days, you will wonder how you ever lived any other way. Because the truth is, you are not here to live everyone else's life, you are here to live yours. The Bhagavad Gita reminds us it is better to live your own destiny imperfectly than to live an imitation of somebody else's life with perfection. Every authentic no is a step forward to your own destiny. Every boundary you set in an act of self love, every time you honor your truth, you are honoring the divine within you. So stop bleeding energy. Stop paying the emotional tax. Stop betraying yourself for approval that will never satisfy you. Your health is waiting for you to rest. Your mind is waiting for you to focus. Your heart is waiting for you to be honest. Your soul is waiting for you to come home. And It all starts with one word, one powerful, liberating, life changing word, which is no, with compassion. Not a harsh no, not a cruel no, but an honest, compassionate, boundary setting no. Try it just once today. See how it feels. Comment below. What's one thing you are going to say no to this week? Let's hold each other accountable. Let's normalize honoring ourselves. And if this resonated with you, if you felt that gut punch of recognition, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, someone who is bleeding energy, someone who has forgotten that their life belongs to them. Subscribe if you want more content on the 4Q framework, because we are going deep on health, intelligence, emotional, and spiritual optimization. This is just the beginning. Your life is waiting, your authentic self is calling. It's time to stop paying the tax. It's time to come home to yourself. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep discovering yourself.